Good evening and welcome to episode 10 of Seth's Diaries. And you can see today was a really big day for Seth because he went out on his first proper adventure out and about. Let's have a little watch.
So, sniffing for 20 minutes now.
We've been probably 5 metres.
So far, most of Seth's outings have been either practical, so things like going to the vets, or they have been about introducing him to new environments. So he's done car parks and he's done town centres and he's done industrial estates. But this was his first proper, going out to the countryside and just having a walk. And he had the absolute best time. Thank you so much to Misha and Scott for taking him out for a few hours.
Hey, puppy! Oh, little.
As you can see, he spent lots of his walk having fusses and cuddles, but he also spent the majority of his time just sniffing and being in the environment, which is really important when a dog's recovering from trauma, which we assume Seth is, because he needs time to just decompress and chill and learn to be a dog. So this was a really nice opportunity for him to do that. You can see he started marking as well, and this is because he's really hitting adolescence.
You've seen the swans. Good boy.
Tail's going up now on it.
You've got all upright waggy tail. He's very happy right now. Hi! Yeah! Hello, little man! Hello, my little man. Yeah, you're a good boy. Are you getting all fun?
As anyone who's ever rehabbed a dog will tell you, watching them come out of their shell is like the best part, and you can really see Seth's resilience in how quickly he's bounced back, been able to make friends and start enjoying himself in new environments. Whoever ends up with Seth is going to be really lucky because he's a properly cool little dog, and we're just starting to see all of his goofy fun side coming out now, which is amazing.
He's such a good boy. He's such a good boy. You're having the best time.
Just when you thought it couldn't get better, here is Seth having his first ever puppuccino.
No, is that lovely?
He's sucking that one, hasn't he?
Because that's really yumsies.
Again, a massive thank you to Misha and Scott for taking him out for such a great adventure this morning. Then it was back home for some more training. Hopefully you'll see that we're starting to see an improvement in his luring. The first couple of days he was unable to follow food and unable to be this close to people. So he still can be a bit nervy, especially in turns or if we bring him too close to our body. But he is starting to get there, and he gets some really nice little mally flicky feet on the go in a second. As Misha's sacrificed arms show here as well, we're also really starting to see the Mally in Seth come out. So he's getting much more bitey. That's a full grip bite that he's got there on Misha's arms. And where he was just starting with mouthing, now he is actually starting to enjoy his biting a bit more, especially with people he's confident with. So whereas before I think we thought we might have been looking for more of a pet dog home, it's become clear now that Seth's going to want to do some sort of work because he has got, higher drive than your average pet dog, and he is starting to show those typical Mally traits that we'd expect to see in a 7-month-old Mally. He is easily directed off of the biting on the arms onto toys, and he's got really nice toy drive, so he's fun to play with. But it just shows you what this breed is, and the more confident he becomes, the more those breed traits come out. So we'd be looking for a home that is confident around this type of dog. Next up, some good friends of ours came down to meet Seth. Alice is a dog trainer and her partner Alan hasn't really met many Mallies before, so it was interesting to see how Seth was going to be around new people. Hopefully you can see here in the video that his approach with new people is becoming much more confident, especially if he's on familiar territory. When he meets people out and about in new places, he struggles a lot more. But here, this is him meeting 2 people for the first time, and he really quickly gets comfortable with him. You'll see that when people meet him, if they get down on his level and they get quite involved with him quickly like this, he's really confident with them, whereas he can be a bit more nervous if someone feels like they're nervous of him, which is interesting to watch.
You're alright. Oh, good boy.
Alice couldn't resist doing a little bit of training with Seth. She asked if he had a touch, and we were like, no, he doesn't yet. So she started teaching him a touch, and you'll see that whilst he is really quick and clever, he gets distracted very easily, and that's partly his age, but also partly because he struggles to fully engage with people because he's just not had that early foundation learning. So we're still really laying those skills in of engaging with people and wanting to train and having that drive to work for his rewards, which is all new to him. We're only 12 days in.
Yes, good boy.
This is probably one of my favourite little moments of the day, though, is watching Seth play with somebody that he'd only met a couple of minutes beforehand, really. So we're really seeing an increase in confidence. The first time that Brian and I tried to play with him in this barn, he was just trying to escape the barn and didn't want to be there. To go from that up to a dog who can play with somebody that he's never met before is really beautiful, and it speaks to Seth's resilience. We keep saying if he can come this far in less than 2 weeks, imagine how far he can go and imagine what his future can be. We're really excited. I, last but not least, got my hands on him for a little bit of a play and teaching him a switch off of the toy. I hope you've noticed that this is Kit tonight, not Bryony. I'm his other foster parent, and I just have to say the most massive thank you to Bryony for the last week and all of the people who've helped. I was unwell and I couldn't be around for Seth as much as I would have liked. And Bri, you stepped up and stepped in, and I cannot thank you enough. It was really lovely to be back with little man, though, getting a bit of training in now that I'm starting to feel a little bit better. Thanks again, Bri. Hope you've enjoyed today, and we'll see you all again soon.